YouTube. So we're looking for a good 10-minute tune-up this morning. I hope that you had a great weekend, and you're looking forward for an amazing, looking forward to an amazing week, because that's what I am. I'm looking forward to an amazing week. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm going to get this week. This week I'm gonna get a lot accomplished. I got a list. I got a whole list of things I got to get done. And whenever you have a list like I have, sometimes it appears that that the time is short. The list is long, but the time is short. But we're gonna get it done, man. We'll get it done. Hey, what's up? 5825, 5606 on the conference line. Come on, y'all, jump in. Tap into the 10-minute tune-up. Good morning, Miss Geraldine. Hey, Elder Dexter. Hope you're feeling better, ma'am. Get you some strength. Good morning to everybody. We're going to get in. Let's get in. Let's jump in. Let's tap in. Good morning, Erica. How you doing, ma'am? Let's get jumping. Look like everybody's day is off to a fast and swift start. What's up, brother Norman? Yeah, everybody getting ready for a power pack day. I hope you got winning on your mind. I hope you got winning on your mind, because I definitely have winning on my mind. Miss Mia, how you doing? Let's see, what you say, sister? Right. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Sister Trina, how you doing? Yeah, share your post. Get somebody else to be a part of this 10-minute tune-up, man. It's gonna be great. And I'm gonna put my timer on the screen so I can be ready to kick it off. Get this 10-minute tune-up going. All right, y'all. So let's get at it. We're not gonna belabor the time. We're just gonna get right to it. 3373 over on our conference line. So here's what I want to talk to you about today, man. I think that if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, man, I'm gonna need y'all to talk back to me this morning, if you can. I don't know about you, but I think that sometimes we have this notion that we got to know everything about everything, and unfortunately, that gets us in a lot of trouble. Yeah, because we start getting frustrated when we don't have the answer. We start feeling like we're inept and inefficient. If you don't know how to do something, man, if you're not proficient at something, then you start feeling like you're inadequate, right? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Especially when you see the moves of other people. Other people are doing things, they making things happen, look like they got plenty of money, look like they, like the old people say, the proverb, like the old people say, all their ducks is in a row, right? They done dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's, and look like, man, they just moving and tracking along, and in your mind, you're trying to figure out, man, what's going on? What's happening, man? I don't know what to do. I got this, I got that. I need this, I need that. And I'm not giving any specifics, because there's a variety of life, right? None of us have the same issues. None of us have the same problems, but principally, we all go through some stuff, and we all have to deal with some things in our lives. And when you're in a position and you don't know what to do, the old saying, what to do when you don't know what to do? I like to put it like this. What's the next move, man? What I'm going to do, what I'm supposed to be doing next? What do I need to do next to ensure that my future is secure, but not only that I meet the expectations of the moment, or I have all of the things that I need in this life, to live the best life that I can actually live. And sometimes that can put you in a quandary. What's the next move? Because we don't know everything. If we was able to see the future, it would be different. If we knew the future, if I knew what was going to happen tomorrow for sure, that's one of the reasons why the Bible says, Don't be saying what's going to happen tomorrow because you don't know. You just don't know. You say, if God be willing, right? You say, if God be willing, this is going to happen. If God be willing, that's going to happen. And so when you're in that position where you don't know what your next move is, I'm going to give you some strategy for it because it's going to help you emotionally and spiritually. It's going to help you mentally and spiritually. It's going to help you naturally and spiritually. And I want to give you this strategy because it's not difficult. Many times we do it and not even know we're doing it, right? Many times we're doing it, we don't not know that we're doing. The first one is that you got to talk. You got to talk. Now for some of us, it's going to be a challenge because we came up in a household where your house business was your house business. Don't be talking house business, right? You don't be talking to everybody. Don't be sharing your information with nobody. That's the way we was brought up. My dad didn't play. He didn't want us talking house business out in the street. That's what he called it. He's telling people my business, right? But the Bible says in Proverbs 11 and 14, it says that when people don't have counsel, they fall. But there is safety in the multitude of counsel, of many counsels. In other words, what it says is that you got to talk to someone or somebody's, if you will, about your position and your state of mind or whatever. It's all right to talk. First person you need to talk to is God. I ain't talking about, first person you need to say, God, I'm in this position. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move. I don't know what's going on. And and you listen to God. And then there's some wise advisors that's probably around you and that's in your circle because God put everything we need in our circle. Yeah, when we do that, then when we do that, what ends up happening is that we'll gain wisdom from their possible experiences. In other words, they might have been through something that we are going through, and they can give us some wisdom on what either transpired or what they did to overcome or to make it through that particular instance, right? And so you got to talk. Number two, you got to make a trade. The Bible says, cast all your cares upon him, right? You give him your problem, he'll give you his peace, right? That's the way you do it. You got to trade off, man. You got to give it up. You can't hold on to a lot of the things that you're dealing with, thinking that if I just don't say nothing about it, I don't do nothing about it, everything gonna be all right. No, you gotta trade it. Give it to God, man. Let God handle it. Let God handle it. And then number three, what you're going to have to do is you got to trust God even when you don't know what your next move is. You got to trust him. We got to trust God, man. I think that when we are in moments where we don't know what's going to happen or what we need to happen, we don't even have the plan for our situation, we tend to try to put a plan together that's really insufficient for the moment, right? Because we are limited in our humanity, we don't know everything we need. Sometimes the plans that we put together or the things that we put together, it becomes insufficient. And we call ourselves trying to help God rather than just trusting God. Yeah, you got to trust God, man. You got to trust him. And then you got to have a sense of tolerance. What you mean? What you mean, Pastor Dix? I got to have it. Man, you got to let God work. You got to let God work even when it don't look like he working, because he is working, right? You got to have enough tolerance, because sometimes we are impatient. The Bible says in James, it says, let patience have a perfect work, that you be entire and want nothing. I got to be honest with you, man, that I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I have no tolerance level. right? Sometimes I'm just like, if they ain't moving fast enough, I'ma move, right? If it look like they ain't doing it right, I'ma jump in there and start doing it. And that's because you don't have I don't have enough patience, and my tolerance level for certain things is really short. But when you do that, you don't give a chance for the situation to work out. You don't give a chance for things to come together. And that's my problem. And I know I ain't the only one. I know some of y'all, man, if y'all see something going on and if people ain't moving, y'all just put it in the chat. If you can be transparent with me this morning, if you like Pastor, man, if things ain't going fast enough, man, if somebody doing something, I'm jumping in and doing it. Come on now. You know, sometimes I'm not tolerant, and I have a low tolerance. Or if somebody's saying something, it's like, oh man, I can't tolerate. I can't tolerate. We got to pull back. You got to be able to pull back and let God work and give things a chance to work out, right? Because God is actually working. And then finally, y'all, we gotta think triumphantly. We gotta think triumphant. Yeah, man, we gotta do that. We gotta think triumphant because I don't have the plan, but I know God has the plan. And that's the way we gotta think. That's the way we gotta think. I don't have a plan, but I know God got one. And because I know God has a plan, and his plan, everything God does works. How do I know that, Pastor? Because when he began to create everything that he was creating in the beginning, after he created everything that he created, guess what he said? It's good. When he created the light and it came out of darkness, guess what he said? And it's good. After he created the creatures, the animals and the creeper thing, the birds and all that kind of stuff, he said it's good. When he created the water, the oceans, he said it was good. In other words, what I'm saying is that if you don't have a plan, trust that God has a plan. And you got to think that God has a plan for your life. Your life is not over. Things is going to work out. It's going to work out. It may not look like it right now. You don't know what's going to work, what's going to happen. What you do when you don't know what to do, trust God. Trust God. And the final thing I'm going to say is that you got to understand that there's timing. There's timing. Here's what the Bible says. The Bible says, to everything there is a season. Sometimes we want things to happen out of season. God is not going to let that happen. God is a God of seasons. He created 4 seasons: spring, winter, summer, and fall. And they're going to happen in their consistent place in the consistent time. It's been like that since the beginning of time. Understand that things in your life is going to work out in a specific time, right? God's got his timing. The problem for us is that much of God's timing is not our timing. We want our things to happen right now. So we don't know what to do because we need it to happen right now. And God is saying, I don't want you to do nothing because I know when I make it happen, it's going to be right. When I move it along, it's going to be right, right? Look back over your life. Everything that worked out in your life, it happened at the right time. It wasn't feeling like it was the right time, but it happened at the right time. And that's when you had that triumphant thinking. All right, y'all? So listen, man, what to do, what's your next move? You got to trust God. God's got you, man. God's got you. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you for being with me during the 10-minute tune-up. Remember, when you don't know what to do, when you don't know where to go, trust God. Talk to him. He got your answer. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing and being with you again. God bless you.